Hello worms, it's me, Mand. I'm just going to make a short little video here, right? I've just been watching a thing on YouTube about somebody who's going into restaurants and trying to make people go vegan, and I was like, but please, we don't need people like that. We don't. That's not doing anything for your cause, okay? This is the way that I think that if anyone's going to ever turn me vegan, it would have been this woman. This woman is called Jude, and I used to do pottery lessons with her. And she would sit there and she would make pottery with me and stuff like that. And I was running the pottery lessons, and she used to say things like, well, you know, are there any... You know, she didn't really say anything explicit, but I made sure that there wasn't anything in the pottery that she would find, you know, distasteful. Like, I mean, some clay has got animal bones in it, you know, ground up and stuff like that, for instance. So I made sure that, like, she didn't have it. But she was so respectful. Like, we'd sit there and I'd have a cup of tea with milk in it, and she'd have a cup of tea with her soy milk in it. And she didn't try to convince me to have soy milk, and I've had soy milk before, and honestly, I don't like it. I think it tastes like vomit, but there you go. And so, yeah, we just kind of like chat, and she said, oh, I went to this vegan food festival the other day, and I had vegan fish and chips. And I said, well, what was that like? She said, well, it was a bit weird. I wouldn't have it again. No, she's really honest. She's really honest. And she said, you know, sometimes fake food is nice, and sometimes it isn't. And, you know, she was really honest with me. She's told me, like, you know, some of the things that copy meat or fish or whatever things, it's just not worth it. And then she kind of, and I said, well, I grow vegetables. You know, have you got any interesting things I could do with these vegetables? And she used to give me some really good ideas, and also like how to make pastry without dairy and things like that. And she wasn't forcing it on me. I was just curious, and I think the best way to pique people's interest is to make them curious, and instead of like beating them around the head with like stupid like blood-soaked t-shirts or posters or anything like that, which is just going to rile them up even more. And I think there's a philosophical thing, and I can't remember what it's called, but there's a philosophical argument that says the more you make people feel like they're the enemy, the more they're going to behave like the enemy. And I can't exactly remember what that is. But philosophically, and this is what I feel about my ADHD and things, by the way, and I know a lot of people find that controversial, but philosophically, I think the best way is to meet people halfway, and that's the way to win them over. So having a friend who's a vegan and who is kind of like gentle about it and says, cooked this really good thing the other day. I was like, well, what do you put in it? It's like, I don't know, this and that, whatever. I thought, well, that sounds nice. And also, Jude was not skinny. She was a big bird, you know. She was like, yeah, typical middle-aged woman, just, you know, tidy. And so, you know, not all vegans are skinny, young little runts of things, you know. It's just, that's not how it goes. And so I'm just gonna say out there, you know, not all vegans are bastards, and not all meat eaters are bastards. And, you know, the thing about humanity is that, you know, you come together, you share ideas, and you kind of like, that's the best way. It's like, you can't change people 100% all the time. You know, you can whittle away at them. And some of the lovely recipes she shared with me means, if some of the recipes she shared with me means that I eat meat like less over a week or a month or something like that, that's the way to do it. You don't catch, you know, flies by gunpowder. That's not how the analogy goes, is it? That's rubbish. But yeah, if you've got an extreme view on something, extremism is never the way to win, because extremism always looks like terrorism, and it doesn't win people over. Friendship is the best way to win people over. Sharing good ideas is the best way to win people over. And generally coming together is the best way to win people over. And you know, sharing nice things, not horrible things, because people don't want to see horrible things. It's not how we're wired. So, you know, if you're a vegan or a vegetarian out there and you want to convert people, just slip them your nice recipe or something. Make it sound enticing. You know, don't make it sound like you're everyone who's not a vegan is a complete and utter psychopath, because no one wants to feel like that. You know, if you tell someone they're a psychopath, they're going to say, I'm not a psychopath. If you tell someone, this is quite an interesting, yummy recipe, you might want to try it, they might want to try it. I'm salivating even thinking about it now. I'm salivating even thinking about vegan food, because some of it is really, really yummy. You know, the way they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I think the way to everyone's heart is through his stomach, quite frankly. You've got to make things sound appealing, okay? That's my 5 cents in this, or $5 or 5 pennies or whatever it is. But honestly, please, people, you know, I've got vegetables growing in the greenhouse and that. I bloody love vegetables. I like a bit of meat as well. For some people, meat keeps them going. You know, it's good for their mental state. Like, don't make us all look evil. It's just crappy, okay? Just you know, like, suggest things nicely. You know, it's just kind of rubbish. Just total rubbish. You're rubbish people, and you are rubbish people. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. You know, stop it with a superiority complex. We're all human. We all do things wrong. You know, I bet you don't reuse the same toilet paper. You know, fuck off. No one single person in this world is innocent. You know, if you want to wipe the human beings off the face of the planet, go and build a nuclear bomb. Okay. You know, maybe that's the best thing for the planet. But in the meantime, just treat regular human beings nicely. That's all. Because regular human beings, if treated nicely, will treat other beings nicely. And this empathy has a roll-on effect. You know, kindness breeds kindness. Hate breeds hate. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Anyway, that's my thing about veganism and vegetarianism. I hope you enjoyed that. I like to be philosophical sometimes, and well, cheers, thank you for listening to me ranting again. And yeah, I know it's just another idiot on YouTube. Thank you very much, and see you later. Bye.